Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. And a very good day to everybody. I am Sofiah Mustafa. I am going to present our paper entitling Regulating a Less Stress Rule for Students Submitting Concurrent Tasks During ODL. This is the content of the presentation: introduction, objectives, methodology, problem statement, analysis of the surveys that we conducted, and we are going to also give some suggestions and then the conclusion. As the introduction, I will give a brief background of this particular paper. The current situation where a pandemic is taking control of our life offers a different 360 degree turn to almost everything that we used to do before. Our children's education process is also not spared of. Students found that they have to attend classes online where lecturers or teachers gave online instructions what to read, write, calculate, discuss, present, and others at the comfort of our home. However, as is with every single change in life, ODL is not without difficulties and complications. So the ODL has indeed caused several repercussions amongst all involved. This paper singled out one problem faced by the students during ODL classes, namely the requirement by their instructors to submit tasks given simultaneously or at almost the same time. Such a situation can be referred to as multitasking, where in this respect, students are obligated to perform multiple tasks at the same time by their instructors in schools, colleges, or universities, so that the task must be submitted at relatively the same time or on the same date. One of the many negative effects of ODL is that tasks given by the instructors must be submitted all at once or simultaneously, or at least on some specific dates, and the students shall have to submit everything simultaneously. So because of this, the students had disclosed that they were very stressful, and they could easily get sick, and of course their anxiety levels has also increased, and they get really easily confused. This paper has basically two objectives. The first objective is to identify reasons why students get stressed out learning online, and the second objective is to suggest a regulation passed by the Ministry of Education to overcome the problem of concurrent task submission. Okay, where the methodology is concerned, since the study was carried out to determine what made the students to feel stressful during the ODL, the study applied the non-probability sampling, where the samples were selected through purposive and judgmental sampling. Data collection involved semi-structured written questions distributed to 607 respondents aging from 12 years old and above, located all over Malaysia using the Google form because of the pandemic. Obviously, the respondents were the students from the primary schools, secondary schools, colleges, and also universities all over Malaysia. In the problem statement, we found that despite the availability of technologies that could offer information and knowledge to students and guide them throughout their learning time, students have truthfully admitted that they could not cope satisfactorily with the multitasking. There are persistent concerns about the quality of online learning relative to a face-to-face learning environment, especially in terms of time management. This is because there were too many tasks, i.e., the multitasking, and too little time given by instructors. As you can see from the slide, these are among the effects of ODL according to our survey. There are several other effects, but these are the top three. The first one is the students get really confused, okay, with what was taught by their instructors. The second one is the level of their anxiety increased, okay, and the third one is the fact that they felt they wanted to give up because of the stressful environment of learning by ODL. Okay, going into the survey analysis, one of the questions given to the respondents was, in your experience, what are the possible reasons for not having an ample time in completing your task? Um, the result was um, 81.2% of the respondents reacted saying that it was because of the tasks given by their lecturers or teachers were given concurrently, meaning to say they had less time, okay, to focus on each of the tasks given by the instructors. As you can see from this question given to the respondents, when asked whether the task should be scheduled to be submitted on different weeks and not concurrently, the graph shows that 63% of them agreed that uh, the task should be submitted on different dates so that they could focus on each one of them reasonably. We also wanted to know whether the task, scheduled task submission will have what effect on the students. And as you can see from the result of the survey, 95% of them agreed that it could cause them, it could give them less stress if the tasks given by the instructors were scheduled systematically. Okay, we finally came up with some suggestions, and these are three of them. Okay, to overcome the problem of students having stressful time, okay, when they have to submit tasks concurrently, okay, as required by their teachers or lecturers. Okay, the first suggestion is for a system or an apps to manage and control the submission schedules. Okay, this is where the teachers and also the students, okay, the lecturers and the students, they will all be given these particular apps, and each of the lecturer or teacher, okay, will identify which dates that they want for the task to be submitted, so that they will not overlap with the rest of the codes or subjects. Okay, and also from this system we can see that there will be for the assignment and the quizzes and tests, they will not be done concurrently on the same week or on the same day. Okay, for the second suggestion, this is the aim of this particular paper, is for a regulation to be set up by the Ministry of Education for all instructors to abide to, meaning to say that when there is a circular or a rule or regulation passed by the Ministry of Education to prevent the instructors to ask students to submit the assignment or tasks concurrently, then this particular problem of concurrent submissions or multitasking can be avoided. Okay, the last one is for programs or regular programs for students to manage their multitasking, meaning to say that they will be reminded all the time of the effect of multitasking and how to tackle or manage uh, the situation. As for the conclusion, this research is in line with the national education philosophy, which cited the education in Malaysia is an ongoing effort towards further developing the potential of individuals in a holistic and integrated manner, so as to produce individuals who are intellectually, spiritually, emotionally, and physically balanced and harmonic, helping the students to realistically submit their tasks through a regulation endorsed by the Ministry of Education is realistically the answer to the problem this paper is addressing. So hopefully with this particular paper, the Ministry of Education will come up with a solution as to prevent students from multitasking in the submission of their task.